my name is Debbie Joseph. I run the YMCA North Canton swimming pool, and I'm excited today to be here with you because I'm going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, and that's water safety. When the summertime is on its way here, and I hope that we all get outside and be in the water this summer. So water safety is very, very important. I'm going to have some picture boards that I'm going to be using to help us talk a little bit about water safety. This is my first picture board, and on this board you will see a young man that is a lifeguard talking with a young person that is there to go swimming. Lifeguards have such an important role, and when you go swimming this summer, some of the places you'll go, such as outdoor swimming pools, indoor swimming pools, lakes, and oceans, will have a lifeguard there. Now, a lifeguard's there to keep you safe. Just like a police officer, a lifeguard is somebody that you need to listen to because they have a lot of rules that you have to follow. They're not being mean to make you follow those rules. They're there to keep you safe. Sometimes when you're out at the pool, you're going to hear the whistle blow, and that is what he's wearing around his neck. And this whistle is to make sure that everybody stops what they're doing and looks at the lifeguard to find out why he blew his whistle. Some of the times he's got to blow his whistles because we might not be doing the right things. Some of the things we might be doing wrong is running on the pool deck. We don't want to run on a pool deck because when we get out of the water, what drips off our body? The water from our swimsuits and our arms. And when we run, we might fall down and hurt ourselves. So we have to make sure we don't run on the pool deck. Another rule that we have to follow when we're swimming is no diving in the shallow end. The water is so shallow in the shallow end that if we dive in, what are we going to do? We're going to hit our head. So we have to make sure that we don't dive in the shallow end. There's a lot of rules that you have to learn and follow when you're at your indoor swimming pools, outdoor pools, the ocean, and the lakes. And you're lucky to see some of these people there. And remember, boys and girls, it just isn't a boy that can be a lifeguard. We have a lot of girls lifeguards at the YMCA. Now, the biggest thing that we have to make sure we follow is never swim without an adult. And we're going to talk a couple stories real quick about that happening, boys and girls. In this first picture, we see a boy in his backyard swimming pool. This summer especially, we think there's going to be a lot of people that put up backyard swimming pools so that we can have fun in the water. Well, we have rules that we have to follow when we're there. I'm going to tell you a little story about how I think this happened. This little boy went outside and his dad had to get the towels and the water and all the snacks that he's going to bring outside with them to their backyard swimming pool. And he told him, do not get by the pool. Don't go in till I come out. Well, he goes out and guess what he sees in the water? They had left his favorite beach ball in the pool. So this little boy decides, all I'm going to do is the ball's right here. I'm just going to go up the ladder. And he gets to the top rung, and he reaches really out to grab the ball, and right then the wind blows and the ball floats away, and the little boy falls in the water. That little boy doesn't look happy. He's scared. I don't know about you boys and girls, but I don't like to be scared. So I don't want to ever put myself in a position where I feel this way. Down here, there's a little girl, and it looks like she's either at a lake or the ocean. Some of the places I love to go, probably just like you. Mom told her, go ahead and take your sand bucket and your shovel down there by the water, but don't get near the water. Remember, the waves will come in. She said, okay, Mom. Mom's back at the beach trying to lay the blanket down, get all the good stuff ready to go. The little girl goes out, and all she wants to do, boys and girls, is puts her feet in the water. Everybody loves to touch the water. How cold is the water today? Well, when she does that, a big wave comes up, knocks her down, and pulls her out into the water. This little girl is scared. Remember, we don't want to be scared. So let's turn it around, and if that little boy and little girl would have followed what their mom and dad said about not getting near the water, what could have happened? Look how happy that little boy is playing in the water with his dad. You know why? He knew that ball was in the water, but he waited till Daddy got in the water first, and then he got in the water with his dad, and now they get to play together, and he's not scared anymore. And look at this little girl. Oh my gosh, she's having so much fun kicking around out in the water at the lake or the ocean with her mom. She's not scared anymore because she is safe with Mom, and there's all their stuff waiting for them back at shore. So the one thing we definitely have to remember, the very first thing is we never, ever, ever go by the water without an adult with us, because we don't want to be scared and we want to be safe at all times. Now let's say we did though. Let's say we know somebody that got close to the water and they shouldn't have. Should we get in the water to help them, boys and girls? No. We're going to talk about reach, throw, don't go. And that's what this picture board's all about, boys and girls. It's reach, throw, and don't go. I got another story for you, boys and girls. I got this little girl to tell me what happened. She got to go over to her friend's house, and he has a backyard swimming pool. And she got to spend the afternoon there, and she was so excited to see his pool. But his daddy told him, let's not go in near the water, all right? Because we don't want anything to happen to you, and I'll be right back. I want you guys to just hang around here in the house. I got to get everything ready to take out with us. Again, the suntan, the lotion, and the towels and all that stuff. So they said, okay. Well, this little girl says, you know what? I just want to go look at your new pool. I saw that you got a brand new swimming pool, and I'm so excited to go out with you. All right, he says, Dad said we shouldn't do it, but all right, let's go out. So they walk out and go out on the deck. This little girl doesn't know how deep the water is, and I'm not really sure she's a very good swimmer. But she decides to just go over here to where the ladder is, and she says, all I'm going to do is hang on to the ladder. I just am so hot. I just want to put my legs in the water. All right, he says, go ahead. Well, when she stepped on the ladder's rail right here, it was wet and slick like we talked about before, and she fell into the water. And now she's in trouble, and she's really scared. What's the first thing he's going to do, boys and girls? He's going to yell, help, help. He's got to get his daddy's attention to make sure that somebody, an adult, can come out and help him. But while that's happening, he's yelling help and help. Is he going to jump in the water, even though he might be a good swimmer, to help her? No, he shouldn't. Do you know, boys and girls, when you're scared, you're so strong, and you might grab a hold of him, even though they're really good friends, and he's just going to swim out to help her. She's going to be so scared, she's going to grab a hold of him, and now they're both in trouble. So that's where we're going to talk about the reach, throw, don't go. He is going to lay down on his stomach and reach something out to her and tell her, grab on. Why do you think he's got to lay on his belly to do that? I don't know. I think I do know. If he took that kickboard and stood up and reached it out, what did we say? She's really scared. So she's really strong. So she's going to grab that kickboard, boys and girls, and he might then get pulled right into the water with her. So he's going to lay out and he's going to reach that kickboard out to her. He could reach out a noodle. He could reach out a swim towel. One of your towels that you take out. He's going to hang on and reach it out to her. But what are we going to do if she's out a little bit farther, to where if he tried to reach out, he couldn't get to her with the kickboard? That's where we're going to throw something then. Maybe we throw the kickboard out and tell her, grab on. or the noodle that we had before that we all love to play on, we're going to reach that noodle out and throw it really far and tell her to grab on. Or have you ever seen those round things that hang around a swimming pool that look like a donut? They have the hole in the middle. That's called a ring buoy. If that's around their swimming pool, he could have thrown that ring buoy out and told her to grab on. And that way she could hold on to it until mommy or daddy could come out. Because remember, the first thing he was doing was he was yelling for help. And remember, boys and girls, we never want to play around in the water and yell for help unless we really need help, right? Because if somebody hears us yelling for help and we're a little kid, they're going to come running to help us. And that's not a good idea if we yell for help and we don't really need it. That'll upset our mommies and daddies. So make sure we always just yell for help and never get in the water if somebody falls in the water, even if it's your best friend. But you know, if we wouldn't have been near the water like Dad told us, we wouldn't have gotten in trouble like that and got scared. So remember, never go near the water without an adult with us. Now, I just have a couple more things I want to talk about. Who loves to go boating? I do. I love to go out on a boat and go boating. Sometimes the boats I've been on are small boats. Sometimes like a canoe or a little fishing boat. Sometimes I've been on a pontoon before. And you know what I had to have when I was on that boat? Is a life jacket, boys and girls. Does anybody remember what a life jacket looks like? I think a life jacket looks just like that. See what she's wearing, and mommy's wearing it, little brother's wearing it, and big sister has a life jacket on. Does anybody remember what a life jacket does? It's made so that we can float if we fall into the water, just like this little girl's doing. Do I always have to wear a life jacket when I'm on a boat? Yes, I do, boys and girls. When I am young like you, I do. Because if I don't, look what might happen. Mommy and little brother and big sister decided to go fishing. And some of you guys might have been fishing with somebody before. And it's so much fun to go fishing. And they went out, but does anybody have a life jacket on? No. And somehow, big sister fell into the lake. Does she look scared, boys and girls? Yes, she does. And remember, we don't want to be scared. So if we would put our life jackets on, little sister got scared because she did fall in the water. But look at her. The life jacket's holding her above the water, and she does not have to worry. She's going to be able to maybe kick over, or maybe mommy will bring the boat over to get to her. When we wear life jackets, boys and girls, there's zippers and snaps, and just like your jacket that you wear out in wintertime, it has to be the right size. So make sure when mommy and daddy are putting a life jacket on you that you help them a little bit and say, Mom, Dad, is this the right size for me? Because we want to make sure we wear the right size jacket. And make sure they help you do all the snaps and the zippers and all the different things that are on a life jacket so that if we ever have to get in the water with our life jacket on, then we know that it's going to hold us up just like with her, and she's going to be safe in the water. If you do go a lot of times out boating, boys and girls, I think it'd be a good idea to get in the water with your life jacket on sometime. You know why? That way if you do accidentally fall in the water, you're not going to be afraid because you've already been in the water with your life jacket and you know that it's going to keep you okay until somebody can help you. Now, one other thing before I'm done, boys and girls, I'm going to just talk about boating. There's a lot of rules when we go boating on a boat. You know, everything we do around the water, there's a lot of rules. But you know what? We can still have fun. And we're going to have more fun because we're going to follow the rules. So when you go boating, it's a really important discussion you can have with mom and dad about, Mom and Dad, what are some of the rules of us being on this fishing boat? I think these guys over here might have not known the rule that you don't stand up in a little boat. Look what's happening. Have you guys ever been on a boat or stepped into a boat this size? It's really wobbly. I think they saw some really cool dragonflies here, and they were just excited about it, and they both stood up on that boat, and all of a sudden the boat started to wiggle a little bit. That's kind of scary. If they would have remembered that in a boat, we have to make sure that we stay seated at all times in a boat this size, boys and girls. Some boats you're going to be on are bigger boats. You're going to be able to stand up and move around on that boat like a pontoon boat that Grandma and Grandpa might take you out on. Because a lot of Grandma and Grandpas I know have pontoon boats. So you can stand up and walk around on those boats. But this boat, their rule is you can't stand up in this boat. So remember, boys and girls, if you're going to go boating with Mom and Dad, make sure we have our life jackets. And make sure we ask them about all the rules that go along with the boat. Now, boys and girls, that covers a little bit about water safety. And I am so excited for this summer to come so that you guys can get out in the water. The water is such a fun place to be, and so much stuff we can do out on the water, but we have to be really safe. So please remember, talk to your mom and dad about water safety this week. Thank you all. I'm so glad I could be here with you.